نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We were talking about wedding jitters, and several moms of brides-to-be show fanatical signs of severe stress these days while planning the various events of their daughters' marriages. And their apprehension definitely passes on to all family members, especially the bride herself. With all the non-essential formalities and the undesired number of events, the marriage itself seems to lose its charm and excitement, causing only more anxiety. More and more moms seem to be suffering from restlessness as they feel overburdened with all the pressures. I was in a bit of a shock when it was revealed to me that their concerns were not actually regarding their daughter's transition into a new phase of her life, or what kind of advices she should be giving as a mother as to how the girl will handle her future husband and take care of her house. I was actually amazed at what a good majority of the moms had been approaching me for. It is simply insane how they express their worries for ridiculously unbelievable matters, and that how one can absolutely waste their energy on it. I'll briefly go through the record of the concerns. Top of the list usually is the number of events and how splendid they can be. Then comes the bride's dress and jewels, which need to be totally unique, something out of this world, something no one had ever imagined. The mom's own dress is a major discussion as well, and has to be from a famous designer. Next on the list is the makeup and henna artists, who just have to be most popular regardless male or female. So apparently no consideration of any Sharia boundaries in terms of mahram restrictions. Well, the list of worries continues with the food, from the appetizers to the wedding cake, the cake stands and other decor, the dessert table, and what to give as thank you gifts to the guests. And all this doesn't stop here. The mom's list goes on and on with petty issues as to how many of her friends threw parties for her daughters and whose party was most lavish, as she will be obliged to return the celebrations, making them more grand. All this was taking up so much time and energy that months before the actual ceremony, the moms already felt drained. Firstly, all this was quite hard for me to digest, that how a mother who should be concerned about advising her daughter on matters of her married life, guiding her what precautions to take, how to manage her house, and take care of her husband, which are all her duties, is draining herself, totally indulged in the temporary worldly attractions, which don't even seem beneficial in any way. What kind of an example is she setting for her daughter, being such an inetiquette role model? And in all this, what is lacking most is compassion and care for the girl who will soon be moving out and away from her parents. All those lavish arrangements are only for a short praise from the people and to show off. On the other hand, this is creating fitna in the society when others are pressured to continue with such innovative ideas. In the eyes of Allah, all this does not hold any importance at all. On the contrary, could become a source of Allah's wrath and anger. How can we expect blessings and peace in any action that starts by bringing in Allah's displeasure? From the moms who talked to me, some wept that they were constantly engaged in sadaqah, praying that Allah saves their houses from evil eye and that all goes well, but still feel so fearful and anxious. Well, I tried to explain that Allah's wonderfully structured system does not work like worldly codes or text setups, that we can commit any offense or a misdemeanor and pay a certain fine and get away with it. Any deed for Allah requires sincerity and should be free of any boasting or show off. From Hadith, we know that all deeds are based on intentions. So even if we give charity with the intention of making ease on our matters or hoping for a worldly affair to go smoothly, instead of seeking Allah's pleasure alone, it cannot be expected to carry the same impact. On the other hand, if we are Allah conscious, our actions will reflect this hope and fear, and along with rewards, Allah will ease our affairs in both worlds.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله ولتنظر نفس ما قدمت لغد واتقوا الله إن الله خبير بما تعملون.
In verse 18 of Surah Al-Hashr, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by addressing the believers, says, "Fear Allah, and everybody must consider what he or she has sent ahead for tomorrow, and fear Allah. Surely Allah is fully aware of what you do." So the moms of future brides, if they adopt taqwa and take another look at their list of worries, will realize that indulging in planning grand weddings are baseless concerns, and they should be more focused on their daughters being good wives and set an example for them to being loving mothers who are able to raise their kids on the true Islamic principles. And Allah will certainly put barakah in such marriages. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.